first things first, I head over to Pinterest and I'm gonna want to download a picture of Jude Bellingham, and I think I'm going to go with this one right here. View image. Now that it's loaded, I'm just going to go ahead and save the image. Save image as, let's say, Jude Bellingham. Save. Now I'll go back and look for another picture of Jude Bellingham because I really want to use two photos in this design, and I think this one would be cool. Now I'm basically just bringing in my images in Photoshop, that's all. Now my images are set, I'm just going to go ahead and hide these layers. Now I can begin with my design. So I'm going to grab my text tool right here and I'm going to type in a text layer, a new text layer, like so. I just want like, now we begin our letter portrait, and first I have J for Jude. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in this one. Just unhide it and remove the background. Now we've got our background removed. I'm just going to simply scale this man a little bit down. Commit to make my J to show again. Place this layer above the J, like so. We're going to scale this one down a little bit more. Commit and bring down the J. Scale up the J now, and a little bit too big. Now that's fine. Right now I'm going to duplicate this layer, Ctrl J on my keyboard. Now I'm going to click and mask this like so. The first one, then the second one, I'm simply going to wipe it off. I select my brush tool and increase the size and simply erase these ones that I don't need. And that's how I do it. So now make sure to just kind of link the layers. I have to link these two layers together, or these three layers together, like so. That way I can move all of them together around the screen. So I linked it. Now it's looking fine so far. Now with this image of Jude Bellingham in the background, I kind of just want to create a gradient map with the colors of England. Select overlay. And kind of change the gradient map. Now we have this, it's not looking the way I want it to look exactly, so I'm going to turn down the fill a lot more, a whole lot more. So it's actually satisfying for me. So far so good, but I think this Jude Bellingham's picture, I turned down the fill a whole lot to turn it up a little bit, and I'm going to simply come over to filter and add a Gaussian blur. Okay, turn it down a little bit. Now that looks just fine. Now over to this image of Jude Bellingham, the one in front. So I'm going to turn up the quality of the picture in camera raw filter. Okay, so now we are in camera raw filter, and what I want to do is over here my color mixer, I want to remove this unwanted color. I don't know, I don't need it. Take it all out. Now I'm going to want to go over to effects and turn up the texture. Turn on the clarity as well, turn it up. Now we have that, and then I'm going to go over to lights. I want to increase my exposure a little bit and my highlights. Meanwhile, I've turned down this yellows a lot, so let me add it again. Jude Bellingham's face looks white. Now that's not all. I'm going to head over to detail and increase the sharpening and also the noise reduction. I need it smooth. Okay, that's a little bit too much. So after doing our adjustments, you can now see how our Jude Bellingham picture looks, and we are getting there. So I just grabbed this overlay, placed it above, styled it, and tried to just make it look nice. And this is just me removing it from some parts of his skin. I don't like it so empty. Okay, so now this is basically how far we have gone. I added some noise in this color fill, linear dodge add, and I brushed over Jude Bellingham. And I'm still going to add another layer. I'll just Control J, duplicate this one, and I'll delete this, create a new mask, and I'll invert it. Now this color, I'm going to change it to white. Yeah, we already have linear dodge add. This is for rim light. I'll just keep brushing over the edges like so. So now this white rim light also helps remove all of this at the edge. You see that black kind of things. And here we go. Just keep adding it. There isn't much light here, so I'll just come back inside here and there you go. So now over here, I'm going to adjust my blending options just so it kind of fits well. And on the line layer, I'll split this a little bit. You can observe so that the highlights look more real. Now that's okay. Now you see what we have. That's not all. One last thing. Over to our letter J. First off, I'm going to add a stroke. As the stroke is kind of important in what we want to do. And that size is just about okay. And then I'm going to go over to bevel and emboss. And over here, I'll choose stroke emboss is already set. And add the depth. So now I'm bringing in the Euro 2024 logo because that's what the challenge is about. And I'm going to place it at the center right here. Now I need this to be white, so I'm just going to kind of cut from here. I'll move it down a little bit, the selection. Okay, Control J, duplicate that. And on this new layer I've duplicated, I'm going to add a color overlay and quickly change it to white. Now there you go. So now I'm going to link these two layers because I don't want them to move. Finally, for the last, I'm going to add a text layer and I'm writing Bellingham. Okay, so far everything is looking cool. Again, I'll change this font and I'll use this philosophy font. I think you can use any font that is similar for you. This is what I'm going to use. Right at the center, and I'm going to scale this up a little bit. And it looks cool. So finally, this is what we have.